ever believe that a man and a woman would actually have relationship problems here in the World Wrestling Federation, Tom?
Yeah, especially Lita and Essa.
Well, maybe they can put their differences together. We'll see how they work as a team here. But Lita's showing she's got some fire in her belly as well. Light heavyweight titles on the line next.
Scheduled for one fall is for the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, accompanied by Lita from Guerrero, Mexico, weighing 215 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Champion, Essa Rios.
Well, they look good together. They work good together, and apparently they fight good together as well. Essa Rios defending the light heavyweight title. He will have Lita in his corner against Funaki. But Essa Rios is not the only one with women problems here in the World Wrestling Federation.
His opponent and challenger from Japan, weighing 204 pounds, Funaki.
Funaki the challenger, and Tom, I'm talking, of course, about Terry, who surprised us all at No Way Out by returning, first of all, and then turning on Matt and Jeff Hardy.
Boy, you had to wonder what was going through Terry's mind, but, I mean, she was upset that they only came and visited her, like, 2 days out of the week. And obviously, these guys have to be on the road. I'm talking about the Hardy Boys, and maybe they couldn't get to the hospital every day, Terry.
Well, we had speculated on Terry's mental state following being put through a table by Bubba Ray Dudley. He said that she was haunted by nightmares and things like that, but never expected her to act so irrationally as she did. So then it looked as if Terry was going to be with Edge and Christian. But after Monday on Raw and Thursday on SmackDown, Tom, I'm not so sure that Edge and Christian want anything to do with Terry.
I'm not so sure anybody should want anything to do with Terry after the way she's been acting lately. I mean, she definitely has some problems.
You can't really trust that she-devil.
Wow.
And the problems of Tori. Boy, JR called it right. Old Tombstone Tori. Wearing the neck brace still, but played a major role in X-Pac's victory over Kane at No Way Out.
Well, Tori may be feeling the effects of the tombstone, but at the same time, she's doing X-Pac well by being at his side.
Drop kick to the quadricep. Essa Rios looking to knock the blocks out. Oh, powerbomb! Essa Rios is a phenomenal athlete. There is only one in the World Wrestling Federation. Cover and a 2 count only. And of course, you can't talk about the women of the World Wrestling Federation, Tom, without mentioning your favorite, Mae Young.
Boy, you're not kidding. In fact, this Sunday on Heat, Mae will team with Mark Henry against Midian and Ivory in an intergender matchup.
That's this Sunday on Heat, 7/6 Central on the USA Network. Irish whip to the buckle. Essa Rios runs into the bottom of Funaki's boot. Misses with the splash attempt, and a nice bulldog out of the corner. Look of concern on Lita's face. Almost had a new champion. Boy, and as I mentioned earlier, Kane, X-Pac at No Way Out, Tori playing a major role in X-Pac's win, but that apparently is not stopping the rampage that Kane has been on as of late.
The Big Red Machine is still on fire, looking for X-Pac, looking for Tori, and anybody else that wants to get in his way.
What about Devon Dudley being put through a table? Thursday on SmackDown. It's the last thing the Dudleys ever expected. Baseball slide into the head scissors.
And Essa Rios really taking it to Funaki.
Essa can strike at any angle. So acrobatic. He is the most unique athlete in the World Wrestling Federation. Having some words with Jack. Wait a minute now. Look at Lita.
What is she doing in the ring?
Apparently the same move that Essa Rios did. Lita loves to mimic what Essa Rios does.
Wow.
Have you ever seen a tandem like Lita and Essa Rios?
Oh, no, I actually can't say I have.
I mean, what is it about this relationship? There seems to be so much fire and chemistry between the two.
And they both have the same hair color as well. I mean, that obviously fits into the equation. I mean,
oh, powerbomb. This should do it. 2. Wow. Funaki still showing he's not done yet. Kicking out of that pinning combination.
You'll give Essa his due. He is a talented athlete. And so is Lita.
Firing into the corner with a forearm. Now going to go for a tornado DDT.
Seen this before?
Oh, the good counter. Essa Rios knew it was coming, but misses with the clothesline. Now Funaki, elevation. Wait a minute. Oh, great counter once again from Essa Rios.
Funaki's in trouble.
These two men have met on many occasions. They seem to know each other like a book. Now Essa going to the top. Moonsault. That'll do it. Still the light heavyweight champion is Essa Rios.
Now, wait a minute. Here's Lita on the top.
Anything he can do, she can do, perhaps better.
The winner of this bout, and still light heavyweight champion, Essa Rios.
Well, as long as she doesn't get caught by the referee, she possibly can do anything he can do. I don't know if she can do it better, though, Kevin.
Well, I'm just making a point. As long as Essa's not getting disqualified for Lita's actions, Essa appears to be good with it.
Well, he's still the light heavyweight champion, and they worked for him this week, that's for sure.
Still a lot more action to come here on WWF Metal, including Teacher. Welcome, everyone, to Metal. The Rock is the new World Wrestling Federation champion. Congratulations to the great one. But the bullseye is firmly on the Brahma Bull's back, and the McMahon-Helmsley regime is taking aim.
The contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, representing the Radicals from Tampa, Florida, weighing 214 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation light heavyweight champion, Dean Malenko.
Along with Tom Pritchard, I'm Kevin Kelly. We take you back to Backlash last Sunday, show you how Dean Malenko retained the light heavyweight title over Scotty 2 Hotty. And certainly, Tom, that maneuver tremendous. Malenko's victory was great. And Backlash, an event we will not soon forget.
Pennsylvania, weighing 235 pounds, Stevie Richards.
You know, Kevin, you got to give it to The Rock for winning the WWF Championship, but you got to give an assist to Earl Hebner on that one.
Certainly do. And now the question is, to what depths will the McMahon-Helmsley regime sink in their efforts gaining payback? Not only will they desperately, Mr. McMahon desperately wants that World Wrestling Federation Championship off the waist of The Rock, but also he's looking for revenge on Earl Hebner. We'll take you back to Raw. We're going to talk about this and a whole lot more in the hour. Dean Malenko, Stevie Richards kick off this hour of Metal, an hour that will feature two feuding Radicals. Tom, a little later on, Perry Saturn's in action.
Should be a great matchup. Perry Saturn is one of the most intense of the Radicals.
Perry Saturn against Joey Abs a little later on, and of course Saturn and Malenko had some problems. We, of course, saw that on SmackDown. Wait a minute, off the elbow. Stevie Richards gets a quick near fall. Of course, Tom, as Raw started on Monday, you knew that the McMahon-Helmsley regime was going to look for revenge, and they certainly took great pains in finding intricate ways for The Rock to have to defend his World Wrestling Federation Championship this week.
Yeah, putting Shane McMahon in against The Rock in a cage match.
All you had to do was escape, and the odds were definitely stacked against the great one. Even the officials were part of the regime.
No doubt about it, and you can believe that Vince McMahon won't rest until he finds some way to get that championship off around the waist of the great one.
Suplex, textbook style by Dean Malenko. Premier technician here in the World Wrestling Federation. Malenko's intensity really beginning to shine through. A little later on, we'll, of course, show you highlights from Raw, the cage match against Shane McMahon, and how The Rock managed to escape. And then, of course, Thursday on SmackDown, after Earl Hebner had been a thorn in the side of the regime on several occasions, in Earl Hebner's own hometown of Richmond, Virginia, Vince McMahon looked to really take it to Earl Hebner this past Thursday.
Yeah, Earl wasn't too lucky that time. He got a severe beating at the hands of the McMahon-Helmsley regime, and I can guarantee you, if anybody else sticks their nose in the McMahon-Helmsley faction, they'll get the same treatment.
We, of course, would like to thank everybody who tuned in to Raw this past Monday. This past Monday's Raw, a record setter. Dean Malenko with the belly-to-back suplex on Stevie Richards. Malenko's so intense, so focused. The light heavyweight champion looking for a lot more, Tom.
What innovative moves Malenko can come up with, especially right now, standing on Stevie Richards' hair.
But I would implore Jack Doan to break that because that's illegal.
Oh!
Man, oh man, Malenko continuing to carry the fight to Stevie Richards. And we know that, Thursday, Tom, what a way for The Rock to have to defend the title in a tag team match, a handicap tag team match against three members of DX with Earl Hebner as a partner. If Hebner would have gotten beaten, Tom, The Rock would have lost the title.
Anybody in that matchup could have been the World Wrestling Federation champion, and Vince McMahon made it clear that if you want to play games, Earl Hebner, you're going to get in the ring for your very first match with the champion and defend it one way or another.
Of course, when all was said and done, The Rock still had the World Wrestling Federation Championship around his waist. Wait a second now, sidewalk slam, 2 count only. But, boy, Earl Hebner suffered a severe beating at the hands of the McMahon-Helmsley regime. We'll take you back, show you Raw and SmackDown highlights a little later on, plus highlights of how Y2J Chris Jericho won the Intercontinental Championship in perhaps what could have been his final opportunity at Chris Benoit. Off the Russian leg sweep, 2 count only.
What a matchup that was between Jericho and Benoit. Benoit coming away with that busted up nose.
But to me, really proving his toughness despite the loss. Benoit is double tough.
No doubt about it.
Oh, sunset flip. Stevie couldn't hold him, couldn't hook him. But now, Dean Malenko, you talked about the innovative offense, Tom. Here's a prime example. Out of a pinning combination into a submission maneuver. The Texas Cloverleaf, Stevie Richards with no choice but to tap out.
The WWF Light Heavyweight Champion, Dean Malenko.
Another great win by the light heavyweight champion, Dean Malenko. And Kevin, we'll be seeing Perry Saturn a little later in the hour. And I've got to wonder if the feud between these radicals will intensify.
Just the beginning of things here in the Hour of Metal. And Tom, boy, happy days are here again. The Rock once again is the WWF champion.
Kevin, as I've been saying, the McMahon Healthy faction is none too happy with the results of Backlash, but I can guarantee you one thing, Vince McMahon won't rest until he finds some way to get the WWF championship away from The Rock.
And now with all the latest, let's go to the coach. And up next here on Metal, the light heavyweight champion Dean Malenko on his way to the ring, gets set for a title defense. Stay with us, that's next. The Metal, Chef Boyardee presents SummerSlam. Chef Boyardee, bigger for bigger appetites. SummerSlam comes to you live Sunday, August 27th from Raleigh, North Carolina.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, from Tampa, Florida, weighing 220 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Champion, Dean Malenko.
Malenko with 2 very nice ladies this week on Metal. Never sell Dean Malenko short. Not only is he light heavyweight champion, but what great taste, huh?
Yeah, he certainly has his pick of the ladies now that the Godfather is out of business. We got to talk about how Steven Richards has changed the face of the World Wrestling Federation.
And challenger from Guadalajara, Mexico, weighing 215 pounds, Essa Rios.
Oh, and they'll be dancing in the streets of Guadalajara tonight if Essa Rios is victorious. Can Essa regain the light heavyweight title here against Dean Malenko?
Well, Malenko's going to have something to say about this match for sure. The man of 1,001 holds, Dean Malenko and Essa Rios. Tremendous matchup.
Yeah, it is going to be a great one. I wonder if Dean Malenko could be looking past Essa Rios. After all, Malenko has already signed for Sunday night on Heat to defend the light heavyweight title against former champion Scotty 2 Hotty.
Well, Malenko, I think, has been the fightingest light heavyweight champion so far here in the World Wrestling Federation. Again, proving that it doesn't matter who it is, Essa Rios, Scotty 2 Hotty, and all comers in the light heavyweight division will have to face Dean Malenko if he gets out of this match.
Well, Malenko's scheduled for Heat, of course, as is Commissioner Mick Foley. Boy, anytime the commissioner is on hand, things certainly seem to get unpredictable in a hurry. We'll find out what happens on Heat. Essa Rios is going to look to try to out-quick Malenko here. Does so very nicely with a drop kick. Malenko looking to roll to the outside. Get some separation. But Essa pulls him back in, continues to pour on the offense here very quickly on the light heavyweight champion.
You know, Kevin, we saw Shane and Big Show duping everybody, including Commissioner Foley, and you really have to wonder what Shane's plan is with the conspiracy factor going on here.
Right out in front of us, Essa Rios. Wait a minute. Malenko slings that thing down by his hair. Oh, I've heard so many rumors, so many whispers about what Shane McMahon has in store for the World Wrestling Federation this coming Monday, live on Raw is War from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Perhaps no bigger stage for the next plot, the next plan, the next portion of this conspiracy between Shane McMahon and his friendly alliance.
Man, Shane McMahon obviously knows what he's doing, though, and Dean Malenko right now knows what he's doing with Essa Rios, literally taking Essa apart.
And Dean Malenko, as I mentioned, a couple of lovely ladies at ringside will have perhaps more to choose from, as the Godfather has now, well, I guess according to Steven Richards, has seen the light. Monday on Raw, it was a victory by Bull Buchanan in a high-stakes match that put the Godfather out of business. But who would have ever imagined that the Godfather would have gone completely legit Thursday on SmackDown?
Jason's name from the Godfather to now the Good Godfather, and going to the flash of cold, and here's a cover by Dean Malenko. Godfather now wearing a coat, or actually a shirt and tie reminiscent of Bull Buchanan.
Yeah, not only adopting the clothing, but also the philosophy of Steven Richards, which perhaps to me is the most shocking of all. I mean, there is no more guy in charge of good times here in the World Wrestling Federation than the Godfather. Always a party, always ladies around him. Well, but now it's going to go 180 degrees the opposite direction.
The Godfather. I'm not so sure that the World Wrestling Federation is ready for two people such as the Bull and the Godfather, if you will, censorship personified.
Well, we know that Steven Richards is an extremist, and he'll do anything he can to continue his censorship tirade here in the World Wrestling Federation. The fight now out on the floor. Will this favor the champion or the challenger? Essa Rios, where's he going? Are you kidding me? Oh, my!
Essa Rios jumped up on the barricade, and Hurricanrana, Dean Malenko outside. This is going to put a good spin for Essa Rios in this match.
Let's see if Essa can capitalize. He rolls Malenko back in. The champion is reeling here. Essa Rios, missile drop kick. Center of the ring. The ladies look worried. Cover. New champion. No, sir. Just a 2 count. Boy, what a week here in the World Wrestling Federation. What a week it's going to be. We know that both The Undertaker and Chris Jericho are on the injured list because of Shane McMahon, The Big Show, Chris Benoit, and Kurt Angle. Who will be next? Will it be The Rock? Malenko, wait a minute, tries to suplex, thought he had him.
What a counter by Essa Rios. This match has gone back and forth. Two evenly matched athletes.
Malenko now, whipped in. Oh, man, catches Essa right in the boot, right in the chin. Now, Malenko has Essa up on the shoulders.
What a rolling slam. Here's a cover.
2, wait a minute, Essa rolls it backwards and almost got him.
Man.
Each time Malenko has hit an offensive maneuver, Essa's had to counter. Malenko trying to powerbomb. Can Essa counter this one? Yes, he can. The roll through, the cradle. Wait a minute, the roll through by Malenko. 2, he got him. Wow.
The winner of this bout, and still light heavyweight champion, Dean Malenko.
What an effort by Essa Rios in this championship match, but Dean Malenko coming out on top.
Malenko heads to heat. He'll battle Scotty 2 Hotty this Sunday night. Right now, the coach. The comments that Taz made were absolutely disgusting, and he got what he deserved from Jerry the King Lawler.
Well, you stand up to the king, you do get what you deserve, Kevin.
The contest scheduled for one fall is for the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Guadalajara, Mexico, weighing 215 pounds, Essa Rios.
Well, Taz responded to what he felt was a sucker punch from Jerry Lawler Thursday on SmackDown. Taz came out and confronted the King, and this time Taz nailed King with a water pitcher, busted King right wide open, Tom.
Wow.
His opponent from Tampa, Florida, weighing 220 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Champion, Dean Malenko.
Light heavyweight champion Dean Malenko coming to the ring with a pair of beautiful ladies this week, Kevin.
Dean Malenko, light heavyweight champion, certainly a smooth operator, and looks to successfully defend his light heavyweight title against Essa Rios. From there, it'll probably be a post-match celebration, martinis, champagne, limousines. That's Malenko's style. But when I see Dean Malenko come out here with a couple of ladies, it, to me, further points out the hypocrisy of the right to censor, Tom.
Well, I think the entire right to censor movement is a hypocrisy in itself. What right do they have to tell anybody what to think or what to do?
And how selective they are. I mean, of course, you know, they allow Dean to, of course, come out here with his ladies. Not to say that Malenko is a supporter or is thrown in with this group of extremists, but you look at the hypocrisy as the good father. Really aggressively, I mean, you talk about an act with no morals, with no guidance, with no thought of anybody's well-being. What he did to that young woman Monday on Raw, we found out her name, Victoria. Thankfully, she is recovering, released from a medical facility on Friday. I mean, this young woman's life was dramatically and drastically changed by the aggressive acts of the Good Father Monday on Raw.
Well, I think that just says even more that Malenko had better watch his back and more so watch his ladies back in ringside. There's a cover.
But I think it's bigger than that. I think the right to censor, Tom, has to have us all looking over our backs because they discriminate. They decide who and when they want to, go after. There's no real rhyme or reason. It's, of course, the mindset of Steven Richards, who's so dangerous. Wait a minute!
What a cover by Essa Rios!
Almost had a new champion. We get off talking about this right to censor movement and how dangerous, I think, how Steven Richards has us all on our guard. Think about what, Sunday Night Heat, for example. We know that the Hardy Boys are set to take on right to censor in tag team action. Do you think that, do you think Lita is fully aware of what Steven Richards and his group is capable of?
I think both Lita and the Hardy Boys better be fully aware what the right to censor is capable of. And you're right, Kevin, it is bigger than that. Everybody has to be on their guard. And you better watch Stevie Richards, because I might punch him in the mouth if he comes near me.
But again, he's got, Bull Buchanan and the Good Father, two strong, aggressive men who he's unleashed this mean streak within both of them. And that's Steven Richards' buffer zone. He feels like he can hide behind the First Amendment. He feels like he can say whatever he wants and do whatever he wants because either you're disagreeing with him and you pay for it with an aggressive act by the Good Father and Bull Buchanan, or you're painted into a corner because he has a very good argument.
Well, I think that's what makes the World Wrestling Federation so great is the people who do stand up for what they feel is right and want to say what they feel the same way JR has to Taz, who is the king. And that's what it's all about.
Boy, that was one of the best things I think I ever saw. And for Taz to get a punch in the mouth from Jerry Lawler was a great thing. Power slam. This match is taking its toll on both men. We apologize for getting off on this tangent, folks, but it is a huge story. And this has been a great championship contest and a great hour here on Metal. Essa Rios pounding away on Dean Malenko.
Former champion with a reversal now. Essa coming out of the corner.
Uh-oh, Essa caught, though. Put up on that top strand. Malenko's going to look to take advantage. Essa down, trying to counter.
Nice move by Essa Rios.
A struggle above the ring. And now Essa on top. Missile drop kick. Malenko, center of the ring. Leg is hooked. Two. We got it. Almost thought we had a new champion.
What a fighting champion Dean Malenko has been, though. A man of 1,001 holds. Really giving a clinic to Essa Rios.
Essa, power bomb. Here's a cover. Oh, wait a minute. Great reversal. Essa almost had him. Malenko eludes Essa, but Malenko very strong.
Counter for counter on that one, Kevin.
Absolutely.
Whoa, hey, she's looking at me.
Dean Malenko now hoisting up Essa. Reversal. Fell in a back suplex.
Malenko landed right on the back of his neck.
This is finish.
Oh, wait a minute, what was that?
Essa said this is the finish.
Whoa!
Oh, no, and it could be Essa Rios.
Very well, could be the finish.
And now Malenko dragging Essa back to the center of the ring. Texas Cloverleaf applied. And Essa Rios neither shaken nor stirred.
The winner of this bout, and still light heavyweight champion, Dean Malenko.
Boy, Malenko's going to be celebrating tonight, as you said. Limousines, martinis, a nice dinner.
And a successful win for Dean Malenko here on Metal. With all the latest on SummerSlam and everything that's happening, let's go to the... Along with Tom Pritchard, I'm Kevin Kelly, and welcome to Metal. The flames of passion fan between Kurt Angle and Stephanie McMahon Helmsley. And Tom, what will this mean for the triple threat match at SummerSlam for the WWF title?
Unbelievable. You got to believe Triple H has seen that kiss by now, Kevin.
Oh, boy.
The contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Tampa, Florida, weighing 220 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Champion, Dean Malenko. His opponent, weighing 212 pounds, Cheetum.
So light heavyweight champion Dean Malenko on display first here on Metal. And Tom, you have to wonder what that all means for SummerSlam. What do you think Triple H is going to do to Kurt Angle this Sunday? I mean, you got to assume that Triple H has seen what happened between Kurt and Stephanie by now.
Well, Kevin, what would you do if someone kissed your wife?
I don't know. I would imagine I would react in a pretty strong fashion.
Well, obviously, Kurt Angle is going to step in the ring with Triple H, and I've got to believe that Triple H is going to act in a manner that's going to be detrimental to the Olympic hero.
Well, is it going to be detrimental to the Olympic hero, but is it going to aid Triple H? I mean, because, sure, you know he's going to be hot at Kurt after what transpired there on SmackDown, but the goal at hand is still the triple threat match for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. It's part of the huge card of SummerSlam. It's the main event. The Rock defending the World Wrestling Federation Championship against Triple H and Kurt Angle.
Well, one thing I know for sure, when you have problems at home, you have personal problems, you better not let it enter your mind when you step into the ring, especially with a match as important as this, with the World Wrestling Federation Championship on the line, going in there against not only Kurt Angle, but The Rock.
We're going to talk all about SummerSlam from top to bottom. 10 matches in all, 4 titles on the line as Dean Malenko is stomping away on Chad Cheetum, who is not representing the law firm of Dewey Cheetum and Half. Wow! Back elbow smash there by Malenko. High five for the girls. What did he do? And a near fall there by Dean Malenko.
Well, Malenko's not putting up the Light Heavyweight Championship in this match, which I think is a good move going into a matchup against someone you really don't know that much about, because young Chad Cheetum, obviously, we know he's a rookie here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Certainly is. Tries the crucifix. Can he get Malenko over? Yes, he can. Sunset flip 2. And referee Chad Patton there for the deuce. And now Malenko, master of 1,001 holds and then some. Wait a minute. Great counter. Now a couple of back elbows. Cheetum extricates himself. Across the other side, and Malenko devastating with that leg lariat. One of the matchups I know that everybody's talking about. Tables, ladders, chairs, oh my. The first ever TLC match of the World Wrestling Federation for the WWF Tag Team titles. Tom Edge and Christian defending against the Hardys and the Dudleys, and there it is. Oh, man.
Texas Cloverleaf, it's over.
No choice but tap out for Chad Cheetum. Dean Malenko looks strong.
The light heavyweight champion, Dean Malenko.
Think Malenko's going to need any of that strength later on?
Well, I know he's going to have dinner and a nice drink with those fine ladies.
Dean Malenko's a man after my own heart.
Yes.
Speaking of men after our own heart, let's go to the coach. A little later on, we'll take you to the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. Linda McMahon hosting a press conference there. The SmackDown Challenge. Wait till you see that. As Dean Malenko, the Light Heavyweight Champion's on the scene next here on Metal.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Tampa, Florida, weighing 220 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Champion, Dean Malenko.
Well, Kevin, you talk about a guy with style and class, it's got to be Dean Malenko all the way. He not only shows it off outside the ring, but wait till he gets in action.
Man of 1,000 holds can find so many ways to defeat you. And, of course, if Dean Malenko can apply the Texas Cloverleaf, it'll be all over for this young man, affectionately known as Elroy.
Weighing in excess of allegedly 400 pounds,
Where's the scale?
And he's off getting it fixed because the accuracy of that scale was always in question.
I beg your pardon.
The classic overachiever, Crash, next up to take on Dean Malenko. I know that everybody, of course, still talking about SummerSlam. You mentioned, Tom, earlier on the tables, ladders, and chairs match. Edge and Christian somehow escaping with the gold. But as great as the matchup was, the tables, ladders, and chairs match, I thought the antics of Edge and Christian the following night on Raw really cheapened that win, really tainted the victory. Edge and Christian going to, I think, rather low heights, I guess you could say.
In other words, they went to a new low, but I think they were just having fun. Speaking of Edge and Christian, again, after that great victory over not only the Dudleys and Hardy Boys, but I mean, coming out of the tables, ladders, and chairs match, what a physical matchup. And the tag champs obviously just wanted to have a little fun, if you will, at the expense of both teams.
Yeah, I get it. Good joke. Little fun. Crash drops an elbow in the small of Dean Malenko's back. Crash seems to be focusing his attack on the lower back of Malenko. That's usually the area that Malenko goes after. And boy, talk about Crash. Of course, his legacy cemented around that hardcore title, the champion for so long, so many different occasions. Steve Blackman, the champion now, once again after a sensational win. Oh, well, look at this. Oh, great submission maneuver, great roll-through counter. Simple step over toe hold time can apply so much pain.
No doubt about it, but Kevin, one thing I will give Steve Blackman is that he did not go into that matchup underestimating Shane McMahon. Blackman went in to fight, so did Shane McMahon, and both of these guys actually climbed that Titantron. And did you see the elbow that Blackman actually delivered on Shane McMahon once he fell over 80 feet on that tech area?
It was incredible, and of course, that's where Stephanie McMahon Helmsley was Monday during Raw. She was bedside as Shane McMahon was receiving medical treatment. And from there, the controversy between between Stephanie, Triple H, and Kurt ensued, and a near fall there by Malenko.
Malenko's a little shocked he didn't get a 3.
Of course, a little later on, we, of course, will take you back and show you everything that transpired in that love triangle that is now ensuing between Triple H, his wife, Stephanie McMahon Helmsley, and Kurt Angle. And as I told you, more news about Raw. That's right. Once again this week, Raw airs at a special time at 11 Eastern. And of course, for those of you out on the West Coast, Raw airs at its normal time of 9. Last week's was a record breaker. Expect more of the same this week. Raw at its special time. Crash reverse the Irish whip. Malenko up and over the top. Crash chest versus the buckle. Malenko tries to roll through. Great counter by Crash. Crash with the cover of his own 2. A hand was coming down for the 3rd time. Look at the strength of Malenko.
What a bridge! Now, if only Crash can reverse it. Great move by Crash.
Crash up and over the top. Hip toss. Roll through. Another near fall for Crash. 2 count only.
Very even matchup, Kevin.
Now Malenko, boy, just slips out of one move and into another. Backbreaker, cover, 2 count.
Man, you talk about Steve Blackman again being the hardcore champion. What about Taz this past week on Raw, trying to make a statement again, taking a cheap shot at the King and JR, Kevin?
There's this, wait a minute, great counter. Taz found out, don't mess with JR and the King, and don't turn your back on Steve Blackman. Texas Cloverleaf. Can he turn it over? Yes, he can. Wrenching back. Crashes, tap it out.
Here is your winner, the light heavyweight champion, Dean Malenko.
Well, Dean Malenko wins with style and grace and elegance. A tremendous victory for the light heavyweight champion over the Gunny and Davey Crash here on Metal. Still to come here. No Mercy is this Sunday, live on pay-per-view as Stone Cold returns to the ring, Tom, looking for revenge. No holds barred against Rikishi.
You gotta wonder what kind of shape Stone Cold's gonna be in after that long layoff, Kevin.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Championship. Entering the ring from Tampa, Florida, weighing 220 pounds, the Light Heavyweight Champion, Dean Malenko.
First of 2 title matches here as we kick off this great broadcast on our way to No Mercy, live this Sunday on pay-per-view.
Challenger from Guadalajara, Mexico, weighing 215 pounds, Essa Rios.
Along with Tom Pritchard, I'm Kevin Kelly, and we welcome you to Metal. So Tom, at No Mercy this Sunday live on pay-per-view, so much could happen, including a princess becoming a queen.
And Kevin, Kurt Angle could become the World Wrestling Federation champion as well. And Stone Cold Steve Austin is looking for some revenge on Rikishi. It's all this Sunday on pay-per-view.
It is going to be something else. As will this broadcast of Metal, the first of 2 title matches, as we mentioned, plus the Metal debut of Raven. A little later on in 6-man tag team action, teaming up with Taz and Perry Saturn to take on Too Cool and Crash. But all the talk and all the speculation is No Mercy this Sunday live on pay-per-view. 4 title matches, including The Rock defending the gold, the World Wrestling Federation Championship against Kurt Angle.
In Kurt Angle's biggest match of his career, no doubt, Angle has a chance of a lifetime, especially with Stephanie McMahon Helmsley in his corner.
Monkey flip on his feet, lands Essa Rios. Nice drop kick. Essa Rios could very well become the light heavyweight champion once again here against Dean Malenko. And a little bit later on here in the hour, we will see the hardcore title up for grabs as Steve Blackman, the champion, defends against Funaki. Reversal of the Irish whip. Malenko hard to the buckle. Essa up and over the top. Essa with the counter, and he's going to fly.
Great momentum does Essa have in this match. Oh, just got cut off by Dean Malenko.
Can you imagine what electricity there will be this Sunday at No Mercy when Stone Cold Steve Austin enters the arena, ready to do battle with Rikishi, no holds barred, but certainly Rikishi has shown that he is very smart, very cunning over the past week. We definitely saw that Thursday on SmackDown.
Obviously, Rikishi trying to play mind games with Stone Cold Steve Austin before No Mercy.
Oh, nice.
Don't know if it'll work.
Off the Hurricane Rana, a near fall scored by Essa Rios.
But again, with Stone Cold being out of the ring for at least 10 months, what kind of shape is he going to be walking into against? Oh, man, another cover by Malenko. What kind of shape will Stone Cold be in walking into the ring against a 405-pound Rikishi?
Yeah, but what kind of shape is Rikishi going to be in after that matchup? I mean, come on, Tom. It's no holds barred. Austin could do anything he wants to. Everything's legal against the man who nearly cost him everything in his life.
Yeah, as Austin said, everything's legal and nobody goes to jail. So you've got to wonder what will go on in the mind of the Rattlesnake.
Malenko extricates himself from a precarious position, sets to deliver the power bomb, and now he's going to try the Texas Cloverleaf. If he locks it in, it'll be all over.
Essa needs to get to the ropes, yes!
Just in the nick of time for Essa Rios. And you know that Stephanie McMahon Helmsley could very well be part of the World Wrestling Federation Championship if Kurt Angle's victorious. I wonder how her husband, the Game, is going to feel. And how will the Game fare against Chris Benoit?
All right, now Stephanie and Kurt are on a roll, and obviously the Game has to have that weighing heavy on his mind. And going in against a Rabid Wolverine, I would think that Triple H would want his mental facilities intact.
Now Dean Malenko has Essa Rios in trouble in the center of the ring and turns him over, perhaps for the Texas Cloverleaf. Yes, he does.
Bring it back! Winner of this bout, and still Light Heavyweight Champion, Dean Malenko!
The hardcore title will be up for grabs a little bit later on, plus six-man tag team action. Taz, Raven, and Saturn against Too Cool and Crash here on Metal. Malenko, still the Light Heavyweight Champion. Well, what's going to happen this Sunday, live on pay-per-view at No Mercy? Austin's return to the ring right now, the coach.
A controversial win for Jerry Lynn. Well, earlier today, we asked the new Light Heavyweight Champion about his future. Here's what he had to say.
You know, when I got this opportunity to be in the World Wrestling Federation, I made a promise to myself that I was going to make an impact. Well, last week on Heat, I did just that by capturing the Light Heavyweight Championship. And I'm going to take this belt to new levels. And if you don't believe me, just watch me.
Weighing 219 pounds, Kevin Krueger.
Well, Jerry Lynn proven to be a fighting champion by defending his title here on Metal against Kevin Krueger. This has been a very good week, I would say, for Jerry Lynn. His World Wrestling Federation debut, capturing the Light Heavyweight Championship last Sunday on Heat from Crash Holly. And then Thursday on SmackDown, Tom, following it up with a win over Grandmaster Sexay. But a lot of controversy about those two title victories because of the way that Jerry Lynn won those matches.
I think the way Jerry Lynn won those matches is exactly what he has to do here in the World Wrestling Federation. Step up against any superstar and go out and win.
Well, he did blatantly pull the tights of Crash last Sunday on Heat, and did the same thing to Grandmaster Sexay Thursday on SmackDown. I don't necessarily agree with the way that Jerry Lynn has won.
Well, I don't think you'll look in the record books and see how Jerry Lynn won. I think you'll just look at a big W by his name.
Well, Jerry Lynn now backing Kevin Krueger into the corner. Jerry Lynn, a native of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tremendous competitive background. Wow. Big overhand chops to the chest of Kevin Krueger. Irish whip. Oh, man, Jerry Lynn right there to follow up. Well, Jerry Lynn knows it is a very competitive battlefield here in the World Wrestling Federation. What a backbreaker. Nice. This could do it. No, sir. Jerry Lynn gets a near fall. And this Sunday on Heat, the guest host live from WWF New York will be the most powerful couple in World Wrestling Federation history. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon Helmsley will be the guest host live this Sunday. I'm going to take a very special look back at the most powerful duo, the most powerful husband-wife tandem in WWF history.
Oh, nice!
Innovative offense there from Jerry Lynn, who scores with the leg drop off the apron. You know, Tom, getting back to the way Jerry Lynn won the light heavyweight title and then retained it Thursday on SmackDown, a lot of people that know Jerry Lynn are surprised by the way he won. Surprised by the fact that Jerry Lynn would use leverage or any sort of illegal tactics to gain a victory.
Well, Kevin, I've known Jerry Lynn for many years, and I think he realized once he came to the World Wrestling Federation, it is a competitive place to be.
Oh, man! What a move! And somehow Kevin Krueger kicks out. I think that was instinctual. Wait a minute. Here is a roll-up.
Wow.
Jerry Lynn arguing with the referee and almost gets caught.
Getting back to Jerry Lynn, though, viewing the World Wrestling Federation as he has for all these years, taking a look at all the top stars such as Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Rikishi, The Rock. He knows how competitive and knows what he has to do to be a star here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, we do know that people do some strange things to get what they want. I mean, just look at the way Stone Cold Steve Austin sold his soul to Mr. McMahon to garner the World Wrestling Federation Championship. I guess Jerry Lynn is no different. Jerry Lynn now stomping away on Kevin Krueger. And boy, talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin. He and Triple H, the two-man power trip, Tom, did an absolute number on Kane on Raw this past Monday.
Yeah, Kane suffering a shattered arm. Oh, nice!
We'll update Kane's medical condition, take you back, relive the highlights a little bit later on as Jerry Lynn scores a near fall. I think Jerry Lynn might be getting a little bit frustrated right now. Kevin Krueger, young competitor, seeing his opportunity to shine now. Single leg Boston Crab. Reminiscent of some of the moves we saw in the 30-minute Ultimate Submission match with Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit that went to overtime, sudden death before Chris Benoit scored a victory.
Pride on the line. We'll talk about that a little bit later on as well.
That situation far from over. Jerry Lynn, oh, tornado DDT! Jerry Lynn scores a victory.
The winner of this bout, and still light heavyweight champion, Jerry Lynn.
What a week for Jerry Lynn here in the World Wrestling Federation.
The feeling we'll be hearing a lot from this young man.
Well, what a bright future Jerry Lynn has. Jerry Lynn says he's going to take the light heavyweight championship to new heights. And if you don't believe him, just watch him. What a debut week for Jerry Lynn. 3 victories in his first week in the WWF. Still to come here on Metal. Well, even though The Rock has been indefinitely suspended by Mr. McMahon, we want to congratulate The Rock on all of his success and wish him great success in the future.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Guadalajara, Mexico, weighing 215 pounds, Essa Rios.
Essa Rios with a golden opportunity, and Tom, The Rock with a small but very cool role in the Mummy Returns, which has set all kinds of box office records.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The Rock is a superstar in every aspect of life, Kevin.
From Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 217 pounds, the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Champion, Jerry Lynn.
I want to ask all the fans right now, if you can, sit back and enjoy this matchup. Don't go anywhere because you don't want to miss a second of light heavyweight championship action here on Metal. Jerry Lynn has held the title for approximately 1 month. It was just before Backlash last month in April where Jerry Lynn defeated Crash Holly to become the light heavyweight champion. Can Essa Rios shorten the reign of Jerry Lynn here on Metal?
Well, obviously, Jerry Lynn has scattered Essa Rios, knows what he's capable of doing, but every time you step through those ropes, you're taking a chance.
Jerry Lynn taking over the left arm. Champion going to look to dictate the pace here, find a way to keep Essa Rios grounded. Tom, to me, if Essa Rios takes to the skies, we could very easily have a new light heavyweight champion crowned.
Well, again, I think Jerry Lynn is well aware of what Essa Rios is capable of doing, and I think he's going to keep Essa on the mat as much as he can.
Jerry Lynn is a high flyer in his own right, but this might be the best time for Jerry Lynn to stay close to the mat. There you see it. Essa going up top and following up with the arm drag. Boy, in addition Congratulations to The Rock's success in The Mummy Returns. What about the fact he's on the cover of the Rolling Stone?
Wow,
That is cool.
You've never had your picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone, have you?
Well, neither of you.
No, I haven't. But obviously, inside, we even have a spread of the Hardy Boys and Lita.
It is a great look at the World Wrestling Federation, and it is a must-read for all WWF fans, as is Mick Foley's new book, Foley is Good, flying off the shelves everywhere, bookstores close to you. And now Essa Rios has Jerry Lynn out on the floor. Look at you! Corkscrew punch over the top. The light heavyweight champion's in trouble.
I think Jerry Lynn would have scattered those moves, especially and tried to stay away from it. But
that's something we've never seen Essa Rios do before, but he's not following up, Tom.
Too much Chavo.
Jerry Lynn back up on his feet. Hard right hand on Essa Rios. And now Jerry Lynn going to bring Essa Rios in the hard way, or will he? Essa Rios escapes the suplex. Lynn misses with the clothesline. Essa Rios, beautiful Hurricane Rana. Light heavyweight champion catches Essa, tilt the world backbreaker. High impact offense from both men. And you know it is going to be high impact brutality in the 12-foot chain match for the Intercontinental Championship. Triple H and Kane will be locked wrist to wrist with 12 foot of steel chain separating them. Tom, Kane, even though he has a shattered arm and still suffering with that injury, is going to look to decimate Triple H and take home the Intercontinental gold.
Well, there's one thing for sure, Triple H.
Bow and arrow.
Oh, wow, bow and arrow.
Submission move. Jerry Lynn's got to watch his shoulders, though. Essa Rios will not submit. Jerry Lynn's shoulders getting closer and closer. Jack Doan. Oh, wait a minute. Great count. Jerry Lynn kicks out at 2. Wow, follows up. Boots right to the chest. Triple H, Kane, Intercontinental Championship, chain match. Never before seen here in the World Wrestling Federation.
One thing for sure, neither Triple H or Kane can run from each other. They're going to be tied together, chained together, if you will, and you can use that chain in any fashion. Oh, it's a cover.
Two almost had a new champion.
You can use that chain in any fashion you want. Oh, and I can guarantee you both Triple H and Kane.
Here's a cover, 2. And another near fall scored by Jerry Lynn, who I think is starting to get frustrated with the inability to keep Essa Rios down.
Got to keep your cool, Jerry. But at the same time, both Kane and Triple H won't keep their cool when they are chained together. You can use that chain in any fashion you want. Bust each other open. You won't be able to run. You won't be able to hide.
Uh-oh, Essa Rios is caught in a very precarious position. Does he risk falling on the back of his head, or does he try to pull himself up? What's he going to do? Jerry Lynn sends Essa Rios down hard. Boy, there will be no escape either for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin has made his bed. The sinister act, the devious act by Stone Cold Steve Austin, crossing the line of sports entertainment. And The Undertaker can't wait to get his hands on the rattlesnake. We'll show you what Stone Cold Steve Austin did a little bit later on here in the hour, and what it means for their championship match for the World Wrestling Federation title this Sunday at Judgment Day. Essa Rios back on his feet now. And he's taken to the skies once again. Look at this. Sensational, artistic arm drag. This crowd appreciating the effort of both the light heavyweight champion and his challenger. Caught. Great rotation. Power slam. Latest from Tudo Chow. Man, the hand was coming down for the 3rd time. We nearly had a new champion crowned here on Metal.
And Jerry Lynn has really been challenged in this match.
Essa Rios, a former light heavyweight champion. He wants that title back once again. Jerry Lynn fought hard to get to the World Wrestling Federation. Doesn't want his title reign to come to an end. Now, Jerry Lynn up, second rope, tornado, DDT, center of the ring, 2, he got him. What a matchup.
The winner of this bout, and still light heavyweight champion, Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn definitely earned a hard-fought victory over a gallant Essa Rios. What a match here on Metal. But we are far from done. Still to come here on...
Yes, did you see how the Big Show manhandled Rhino, absolutely tearing him apart? I guarantee you Rhino wants a little payback on the Big Show. Not pleased at all about losing his hardcore title.
I'll answer that in just a second. For one fall is for the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Championship. Entering the ring from Minneapolis,
Stratus.
Yes. And Grandmaster Sexay couldn't believe his eyes. Maybe we'll hear more about it tomorrow night live on Sunday Night Heat as Grandmaster Sexay and the Lethal Weapon co-host Heat live, 7 o'clock, 6 Central. And it's only on MTV. And, of course, it's going to be in the New York City area. Come on down to WWF New York in the heart of Times Square and check out Heat live.
The worm that Trish did had to be speed worm. I mean, Scotty 2 Hottie, recuperating at home, must have fell out of his chair watching Trish do a worm, but she can worm me in.
Well, you know, we're Trish fans.
Who is it?
Yeah, you know, but rhythm is not one of her fortes.
Oh, I can get her in a rhythm.
I'm sure you could.
Now, let's get back to that Big Show manhandling Rhino. Big Show has the stature to manhandle anybody. Obviously, it's 7'2", 500 pounds. But I don't think he walked over Rhino. Rhino handled himself very well. Look at this.
Oh, check out Chris Daniels. Big leg drop over the top rope. And here's the cover. Hook of the leg, too. And getting the shoulder up is Jerry Lynn.
But Rhino handled Test and the Big Show well at Judgment Day. The Big Show will have to give Rhino a return match. And don't be surprised if Rhino wins. Rhino almost beat Kane.
But what? Yeah, on SmackDown, having a shot at the Intercontinental title. But Kane, nice tilt-a-whirl by Jerry Lynn. Then into the corner, he takes Christopher Daniels. Well, Kane is an unstoppable force. I mean, since beating Triple H at Judgment Day in that Kane match, Kane has defended the Intercontinental title. Here's a cover, hook of the leg, too. And a kick out by Chris Daniels. Defended the Intercontinental title Monday on Raw. Yep. Defended it against Kurt Angle. Then defended the title once again against Rhino on SmackDown. You talk about a fighting champion.
Well, Rhino seems to be obsessed with regaining gold. I mean, hell, Rhino went in there and said to Commissioner Regal, give me Stone Cold.
You know, I don't know too many people that would ask for that.
Look at this, a version of the tarantula, a submission maneuver. Daniels out of it.
This is a tremendous, what a powerbomb by Jerry Lynn. That's got to be it. Here's a 2. And getting the shoulder up to Christopher Daniels. This guy, you know, he's no slouch. We've seen him before. Jerry Lynn is in for the fight of the night here. And you can see this capacity crowd on hand for Jack.
And, well, you can tell that Jerry Lynn knows that he's in for the fight of his life here with Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels, no slouch, but he does have a neck kind of like Gumpy.
You know what? Why can't you just leave these guys alone? Here's a cover, too, and another kick out.
My gosh.
Your observations are always negative. I'm begging you to be positive one time.
Oh, well, what do you think he is? Like the best-looking guy in the world here?
Well, I mean, you know, you would know about that, not being.
No, being. Oh, look at that.
Wait a second, Jerry. What a move.
Cover him now. Come on, Daniels. No.
Christopher Daniels down, needing to cover Jerry Lynn.
What the hell's he beating the mat for? Get over there and cover him.
Well, you always say sometimes not taking the opportunity will leave you in the dust. And right now, Christopher Daniels. Big clothesline.
Nice clothesline.
And another.
Tilt-a-whirl slamming. What's he doing? This Daniels is hitting great move after great move and not following up with the cover. I don't see how you're going to win the light heavyweight title or any title like that.
Well, speaking of winning titles, and getting titles back. What about Kurt Angle getting back his medals at Judgment Day? And then on Raw, we're going to take a look at it a little bit later. Wanting to reenact the celebration ceremony. Oh, wait a second. Christopher Daniels has Jerry Lynn caught up with that submission maneuver.
Good surfboard. Daniels needs to watch his own shoulders. Oh, I guess you're not going to say that Angle would not have won had it not been for Edgy Christian, right? I know you're dying to say it.
Well, since you said it for me, I'm not so sure that Angle would have defeated Chris Benoit in the medals match.
Hey, listen, next weekend. Look at that. Next weekend at Sergeant Slaughter's golf tournament. Yeah, don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't say nothing to me.
I won't. Oh, wow.
Good night.
That's got to be it. There's a cover, hook of the leg, and yep. It happens so quickly when you're involving Jerry Lynn.
Tornado DDT out of nowhere, and this Jerry Lynn just keeps impressing me week after week after week. I just have to wonder what's up this week for Benoit and Y2J. Y2J. I mean, think about it. Austin and McMahon, no. Y2J and Benoit, there's no way they can be 100% going into Calgary.
Absolutely no way as we go north of the border for Raw live this Monday night. 9 o'clock, 8 Pickles, only on TNN from the Saddledome in Calgary. Well, plenty more.
What a huge announcement. The city of Toronto is going to come alive for WrestleMania 18.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger from the Alliance, Chavo Guerrero Jr.
You think Chavo Guerrero Jr. learned anything about punctuality this week, Al?
I think he learned he better own a die-hard battery next time.
Well, Chavo showed up late for an Alliance meeting, and Stone Cold Steve Austin made him pay for it. In a week in which, after Kurt Angle really got the best of Stone Cold, the Alliance members for the first time saw Stone Cold mentally really unravel right before their eyes.
Not only the WCW Cruiserweight Champion, but the World Wrestling Federation Light Heavyweight Champion, X-Pac.
A lot of gold around X-Pac. The WWF Light Heavyweight title is on the line in a match involving X-Pac and the former WCW Cruiserweight Champion, Chavo Guerrero Jr. And not only did the Alliance kind of see Stone Cold really take it out on Chavo, but, you know, a nice little offering there by Sean Stasiak. Here, Stone Cold, have some coffee. I know you could probably use it. Austin didn't exactly take the gesture, I think, for the spirit of which it was intended.
Well, let's face it, it was a little too hot. It should have been tepid. It should have been room temperature, I guess. You know, Steve Austin's a sensitive guy. And,
oh, wait a minute. Are you saying he's sensitive because he cried? Are you saying he's sensitive because he begged?
Yes. Wouldn't you if you were about to be thrown off a bridge?
I think I would have been crying big time, but it's certainly something.
Doing a lot more than just crying.
Yeah, I think it's something that Stone Cold Steve Austin never expected to see from himself. And I know that the Alliance did not know what to do. They didn't know how to handle Stone Cold after what he had to deal with Monday on Raw on that bridge with Kurt Angle.
Well, Steve Austin's a complex, vicious, dangerous, paranoid man. And you just don't know what you're going to do that's going to cross him, or how he's going to react. He's so unpredictable.
Well, Chavo Guerrero Jr., part of the great Guerrero wrestling dynasty here, looking to get some gold back around his waist. And the dragon screw leg whip there from X-Pac, and following up with the drop toe hold. X-Pac's going to really have to be on his A game here, though, to get the best of Chavo.
This should be one heck of a match. I'm really looking forward to watching this.
Side headlock now, building back to the vertical base. Chavo Guerrero Jr. trying to find an escape. Now sends X-Pac across. Shoulder block puts Chavo down. X-Pac coming across. Momentum on the other side. Up and down. Nice drop kick.
Beautiful.
Right on the button.
Right in the face.
From Chavo Guerrero Jr. Of course, Chavo, as we mentioned, a former WCW Cruiserweight champion, and looking to get some gold back around his waist. Up and over there goes X-Pac. Wait a minute. Chavo tries to save elusive maneuver.
And through the ropes, X-Pac goes to the floor.
Look out below.
Beautiful plancha by Chavo Guerrero. Chavo Guerrero, X-Pac is going to have to be on his game for sure. Chavo Guerrero was bred for this. It's in his genes. And I don't mean his Levi's.
Well, we know, of course, that Tajiri was the man who held that light heavyweight title before X-Pac. And Tajiri and Tori Wilson, I guess, now... Oh, no! What a move there by X-Pac. Desperation perhaps setting in for the unified champion.
I didn't see any desperation. I saw a very smart move.
And now the Bronco Buster adding insult to injury. Tajiri, Tori Wilson, apparently still an item. Tajiri's going to be on Heat this Sunday, taking on Tommy Dreamer. We will see Tommy Dreamer a little bit later on.
Rodan, Mothra.
What are you talking about?
Still practicing those Japanese words, man.
Here's a cover. I don't know if you have a shot with Tajiri and Tori Wilson. I don't think you have a shot with her.
Oh, if I learn a foreign language, I'm in.
I don't know. Tajiri just seems to have it. Seems to have that quality.
Oh, concrete, Monfred.
X-Pac high in the corner. What a great cut. Wait a minute. Rolls through. Chavo Guerrero Jr. nearly became the WWF Light Heavyweight Champion.
Beautiful kid.
And now drilling X-Pac in the back of the head with the enziguri. Isn't enough? No, sir. The champion rolls his shoulder up at 2. I think X-Pac really earning the respect of these fans and earning the respect also from Chavo. Oh, what a chop.
And I just want to point out, as far as this whole Tori Tajiri thing, I was the European champion.
Yes.
And I I did do a lot of different languages. Chick hit on me.
Oh, look out! The X-Factor out of nowhere. Cover two, he got him. What a title match.
The winner of this bout is still World Wrestling Federation.
That's another story. X-Pac is the winner. Retains the title. Hard-fought victory over Chavo, Guerrero Jr., but still to come here on Metal. For the first time in the World Wrestling